funny. One of my personal favorites, make a lot of noise for one another. The very funny Sophia Jenkins!
Alright, thank you. Alright, okay, so times are tough right now, so let's do a quick poll. Who here has a job? Who's employed? Raise your hand. You got a job? Yeah. Alright, you fucking show offs. People who have jobs are always like, I'm employed! I know the recession's coming, but I'm employed. Alright, now who here doesn't have a job? Is there anyone not employed? You? Yeah, alright. Y'all are my people. I got laid off pretty recently. I was working for a really large tech company whose name I'm not allowed to say on stage because of non-disclosure agreements. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call them by a code name, alright? So I was working as a copywriter for Macro Hard. And it was yeah, it took a second. You got it, you're picking up something now. I was working as a copywriter for Macro Hard, and it was a remote position, right? Any remote workers out here? Anyone still working remote? Yeah? I was working remote, and I think remote workers get a bad rap, right? Like, people say remote workers are lazy. They say that we work, 4 hours a day from the couch in our pajamas. And from my experience, that's not true because I worked for about 2 hours a day naked in bed. So I'm in the job market, and it's rough. It's a rough job market. There might be a recession coming. Everyone's talking about it. And it's not like the good old days, because you can't just suck a dick to get a job like you used to. You can't. It's you gotta eat ass now too. And I can't do that again. I can't. It's not within me. I mean, at least not without a really great benefits package. I'm talking, health, vision, dental, 401k, stock options. Then maybe we'll talk. But I've been thinking about getting into a new industry. I've been thinking about getting into the porn industry, but not as a performer, right? Like, you guys have heard of like big dick energy, right? Like, BDE. I have like BPE, big pussy energy. Not as marketable. People don't love that. There's not a huge market for that. So like, someone will love this one day, but not the masses. Like if the fuckability scale was dogs, and a 10 is like a golden retriever with long flowing hair and a sunny disposition, and a 1 is like a blind chihuahua with rabies. I'm like a 4. I'm like a pit bull that got hit by a car and has 3 legs and a big pussy, and I'm just like doing my fucking best, I'll spend a couple years in the shelter, and one day someone will see what a great personality I have, and they'll take me home. But I'm not just in the job market. I'm also single. So well, stuff get real dark. I'm single because I got out of an abusive relationship. But don't worry, it was just an emotionally abusive relationship, right? Which is still bad, but it's kind of hard to explain that to people sometimes, right? Like, especially my 91-year-old grandmother who was married in the 50s, right? Like, I told her I was in an emotionally abusive relationship, and she was like, "Oh, was he mean to you?" Grow the fuck up. Grandpa had me lobotomized, all right? Like, it's not the same. Like, I burnt dinner once and he kicked me down the stairs. You exited the relationship with all your teeth. I consider that a win. So I'm dating, trying to find a good guy, and the guy that I'm dating in this economy is a king amongst men, because you've all seen egg prices, right? They've gone up like 60%. This man has chickens, right? I'm not saying it's the only reason I'm dating him, but it helps, Like, it helps. Stardew Valley over at his house in Arlington. Highly illegal, still into it. And like, sure, I gotta share him with like 10 other chicks. Yeah, but it's not like he fucks them, right? I mean, like, he's an animal lover. He would never hurt an animal, so he just like jacks off to them instead. So it's not too bad. But I'm really waiting until I get to that point in a relationship where I can watch like a full movie without somebody putting a dick in my face, right? And ladies, that's like 6 months, right? Like 6 months until you can like watch a full movie reliably without just kind of like dodging some shit, right? Like, I just think it's rude. Like, I really think it's rude when people put dicks in your faces while you're trying to watch movies. Like, if I'm trying to watch Shrek, it's because I want to watch. I'm a Shrek file. Shrek's hot, let's be real. If I'm trying to watch Shrek, it's because I'm trying to enjoy the DreamWorks cinematic masterpiece, right? And not because I'm trying to be like bent over someone's sofa and like wondering if it's like Shrek or my date saying like, "That'll do, donkey." That'll do. Yeah, he's coming out tomorrow. He's going to hear that joke for the first time, so we'll see if he sticks around. It's actually really weird dating as a stand-up comic because a lot of my jokes kind of make it pretty obvious that I'm not in a relationship right now, and sometimes that prompts other stand-up comics to come and like pin on me after the show, which is fine. And you've heard some of this tonight. Some of the things that male comics will confess to on stage, like you couldn't get out of me with a gun to my head. Like honestly, it is awful. For example, I did a show in New York a couple months ago, and there was a guy who was another comic. He asked me out after the show. Moments before he asked me out, he was on stage talking about the fact that his cum was so thick and viscous that he could use it like Spider-Man to swing between buildings. I don't know if he thought I was like in the bathroom when that happened or something. But yeah, when I politely declined, he was like, "Oh man, like, it was a cum joke, wasn't it?" And I was like, "Dude, that's part of it. I mean, it sounds like you're gonna rip my IUD right out of me. That shit's expensive, especially because I don't have health insurance." But yeah, so, new year, new me. I got a haircut recently. I got bangs, right? Nothing says emotional crisis like a girl getting bangs, right? We can all agree. But I'm really happy with how they turned out, and I was getting a lot of compliments. I posted a bunch of pictures on Instagram, on my story, and people were sliding into my DMs like, "Oh, the bangs look so cute, Sophia, we love them, we love them." At first, I was flattered. But then, I was like, it's a little fucked up, y'all think I look better when you can see less of my face. I don't know, just saying. Alright, anyway, well, I gotta get out of here. I got another show to go to. Thank you all so much. It's been awesome. Have a great night. I think I caught Tom by surprise. I was like, just here he comes, blowing in the
Sophia Jurgens, everybody! I wanted to bow or something. What was this? A curtsy? Is this called a curtsy?